imagine having to hold your farts in or having to share a bathroom? Welcome to Egg's Most Okayest Farm Girls. I'm Annaliese.
And I'm Courtney. Grab a drink. We're here to help.
Ooh, Courtney, are you ready to yap?
Yes. Heck yeah.
I am very excited for today's chat because we are offering our unsolicited advice, as we usually do. But today we have farm girl confessions and questions. We told all of you to bring us the family drama, bring us your problems. We're going to solve them. So, I mean, without further ado, let's just get into it.
Okay. You ready for this one?
Let's go.
Where's the best place on the farm to have a quickie? This gal writes in. Or is that off limits? No fooling around outside the house? Question mark. Only in the bedroom?
Girl, you know we're getting frisky wherever the mood strikes. Okay, you can, yes, get out of the house. The best place, though, I mean, it depends what your goal is. Do you want to be seen or do you not want to be seen? Like, what's your kink?
Who wants to be seen?
Some people like the thrill of it. Me, personally, that sounds
okay.
terrifying. I would want to be hidden. I don't want anybody to accident. Like, some people are into the public thing.
Sure.
But I don't know. Tractors work well. I've done that before. I wish my mother-in-law wasn't listening.
Just tell us anyways.
I mean, okay, a cornfield is great when the corn is nice and tall. That'll work.
You got to put a blanket down, though.
I mean, that's helpful, but I don't. Didn't. Yeah, I don't know. You do you, girl.
Here's the thing. You have your own free will, and you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. It is the perk of being a business owner. Like, if you have your own farm or ranch, I mean, you get frisky when you want. Cocktail hour starts when you want. You are HR. Like, do your thing.
Right.
But if you're working for someone else, this is a totally different, then you gotta keep things under wraps.
Right.
You know?
I do not recommend.
No.
That'd be awkward.
For sure.
Okay. Well,
here's one I have. A little more serious. So she writes, I don't know how to handle family situations. One side of my family, we just kind of can't stand them. There's 4 of them, and it's really rough during the holidays. I don't even want to go to that Christmas because it's so divided and awkward. But also, I love my grandparents, and I know how much it means to them to have us all there. But it just doesn't serve me or my family to have to go through all that shenanigans and drama. I know it's one of those suck it up and go all the time because you just don't know how much time you have with your grandparents. But how do I set up boundaries? What would you guys do?
my main question is like, how do you feel afterwards? Are you going and then afterwards you're like, I hated that. Like, I feel the worst right now. Like, then maybe it's okay to say no?
For sure.
If it makes you feel terrible every time you go?
Yeah. You can spend time with your grandparents. Like, you can start a new tradition. You know, my mom's side of the family started doing that. We used to all go to my grandma's house up in the cities. And my mom, we are just very different from my mom's side. And there's a lot of us. And it was just hard for us all to pick a time and to get together. And I didn't really seem like anybody wanted to be there. So we did kind of we started inviting my grandma and grandpa to like just our immediate family Christmas. And then once a year, like we'll try to do maybe some sort of family reunion, but we don't do it on the holidays. We kind of break it up because that time is special and precious and there's not a lot of it. And you don't want to burn yourself out in the holidays. Like, you need to be spending time with people, like you said, that make you feel good, that light you up. And if that's not happening, then you might have to like stand up and make a change, which isn't tough. Like, I get it. Like, the grandparent thing makes it so tough. Like, you want grandma and grandpa to be happy, but
Right. And I get it. Like, you don't know how much time you have with these people, but also you don't know how much time you have with your own family too. Like, that time is sacred.
absolutely. That's a very good point. Yeah. I don't know. I would say start a new tradition, invite grandma and grandpa over to your own thing, maybe with just your parents or whatever that looks like. And then maybe, say, hey, grandma and grandpa and extended family, how about once a year in the summer or fall, we do a family picnic outside, or so you're just not as in close
Yeah.
quarters with these people that you don't necessarily love being around.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Take it out of your holiday lineup and exchange it for a different time, a different tradition.
hmm And if that doesn't work, just drink really heavily throughout the whole gathering.
Well, like everybody else does.
Right, like everybody else does.
I'm just kidding.
All right, let's get another one. Do we have I feel like a few people called in. Should we play one of those?
Yeah, this one is a little bit spicy,
Ooh, my favorite
which
kind.
we love.
So my husband and I are in the process of building new buildings around the farm. And we decided for Christmas and birthdays this year that we're just not going to do gifts. We're just going to do thoughtful things for each other because we are financially strained. So this year for his birthday, I decided, let's do something fun when he gets in from the barn in the morning. Maybe I would greet him with just like lingerie and an apron, making waffles, a little treat after milking time. And we live really closely to my parents, and his parents were kind of like a really close farm family all together. And my mom walks through the door, and I know it's life. I mean, obviously we're married. Obviously your parents have sex because that's how you get here. But oh my gosh, the horror. And I was just so mortified that it just kind of ruined the vibe for me.
Yeah, that's a vibe ruiner. You don't need the mother-in-law walking through the house when you're flipping waffles and your tits are out. Like, not ideal.
I think it was her mom.
Her
So I
mom.
feel like
Either
that's
way,
a little bit better. But
yeah. I'd be like, Mom, get out of here. I'm trying to brew something up. Like, get gone. But I have another solution to this problem. Instead of the lingerie, just wear a trench coat and be naked underneath it. So
yeah, or a
if
robe. Just put a robe on.
if mom walks in, everything looks kosher. But when husband walks in, you just rip that baby open and you're like, look at these.
That's genius, really.
Yeah.
I love it.
I want to say the coolest thing I ever did. Tom and I were in college and he was living with a bunch of dudes. I went over to his house in just the trench coat and I talked to his roommates for a while in just the trench coat. And then once we were alone, I whipped that baby open.
Do you think they knew? They're
I don't know.
probably like, why is she wearing a trench coat?
It was a hot pink
In the
trench
middle
coat.
of
Very
90
20.
degrees outside. What?
Oh, memories. Okay. Someone else wrote in and asked for advice going from one kid to two. Now, I have no advice because I was just given two at the same time. So I don't know what I don't know. I'm honestly thankful I had two at the same time. Maybe just get it over and done with. What's your experience, Courtney?
I had the first one and I was like, man, this is so hard. And then I had this, like, I was like, there's no way, like, it can get any harder than this. Like, I haven't slept in months. And then I had the second one and I'm like, this is really hard. Like, This sucks so bad.
The whole time you're telling this story, all I could think about was that's what she said. You had so many that's what she said's in there.
Oh my God. Next
It's
time,
so
interrupt me. Get those
sorry,
that's
it's
what
so
she said.
hard, and I haven't slept in weeks. Yeah, it's tough. My sister just went from 2 to 3, and they are all under the age of 3. So, she's unwell.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. I think the advice is hang in there, do your best to keep your head above water, ask for help. It's just really hard, especially when they're young and close in age, because your girls are very close in age too, right?
Yeah, they're like 2.5 years apart. So it's like you have those terrible 2s, 3s going on, and then you have a brand new baby that you add to the mix, and you're like, why did
Yeah.
I do this? Why did I space this all like this?
Did you ever feel guilty when your second one came along and now you're like, "Oh, I'm not spending as much time with my firstborn?" Because obviously a newborn baby is more work and requires more attention. Was that a struggle?
I mean, it was weird. Like, I remember thinking, I love your first child. I love her so much. There's no way, like, there's any room for anything else.
Mhm.
And then, but somehow you just make room for that second one.
It all works out.
It's a wild ride.
It is. And the thing you have to look forward to going from 1 child to 2 is now your child has a playmate. And that is a game changer. I'm so glad the twins have always had each other. I mean, don't get me wrong, they fight like cats and dogs, and you'll have to deal with that, but I'm glad they have someone to play with so that I don't always have to play Barbies or jump on the trampoline or plow a field of carpet.
Yeah.
You gotta have a brother or a sister. Siblings are the best.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I feel like my girls play with each other a lot. I don't remember. Well, I guess I did play with my sister. She was just really mean to me.
We gotta get the sisters on here one day. We just gotta.
We do. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
This person wrote in, not a confession, but I feel we need a poll or something like that because I want to know if anyone actually makes money on Feet Finder. Do they? Question mark. Who's doing it? How sketchy is it? How are you making that extra dough? And I did not write this, I swear.
I feel like the money is out there, but I honestly don't know anyone who's doing it. I think we need some boots on the ground. The next person we interview should be someone who's making it on Foot Finder because this is an ongoing topic in question.
Yeah. Should I just do it? Should I just bite the bullet?
I mean, remember when we talked about Farm Girl Feet?
Yes.
Let's get Farm Girl Feet going.
I feel like you were hesitant. You crushed my dreams. You're like, I don't know.
We just have to figure out a way to do it so that no one knows it's us. Like, I don't want people contacting me with weird requests. Like, you're going to get what you're going to get with my feet. I don't need you talking about my feet to me. You know,
just don't check the DMs, you know.
But they're still there.
We'll create the page. It'll be anonymous. Like, we're not going to tell you our page name. And I'll sort through the DMs.
Well, and what we could do too, because in Instagram, can't you, like, there's subscriptions, right? So we could blur out the toes on the profile so that they're just getting sneak peeks, maybe a heel there or there, a little pinky toe, but not the full foot. And then once they subscribe, they get the full foot. And then they get us dipping our calloused feet in, you know,
cow patties.
Cow patties. I was going to say honey, but whatever.
Shit, honey, whatever. Okay, we're going to do this for you guys. And we're going to let you know every step of the way how it goes.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
one toe at a time.
The only thing, though, is like you don't get that subscription option until you grow your page.
Ah, son of a biscuit.
So it's like we could be at this for years.
Oh, no. I need quick and easy money.
I know. You know what? We'll just try it. We'll keep you guys posted.
Or, I mean, what is Foot Finder? I don't even know what the apps are. One time I heard there was something called Wiki Feet. Like, maybe there's probably already a solution for this. We just have to find the right app.
I think you have to pay for the app, but
God
that'll
damn it.
be our... It's a write-off.
It's a write-off.
It'll come out of our Ags Most Okayest.
All right.
Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Why don't you play another recording?
Okay.
So my husband and I took over his family's dairy farm a couple years ago, and we could have officially retired his parents then if they had actually made an improvement towards the efficiency of the farm during the 2 decades that they owned the farm. Unfortunately, they didn't, and so after purchasing the farm from them, we also had to scrounge up enough money and loans to be able to build new buildings and improve the overall efficiency so that we could operate with less people, therefore being able to retire them. Well, we are so close to this happening. We're about halfway done. Unfortunately, it's snowmageddon outside, so building is kind of halted for now. And my father-in-law has really started to act like he is entitled to the retired life and kind of in your face, what are you going to do about it? Because I'm not going to work tonight. Who's going to milk tonight? And just kind of acting like we should be privileged that they still help us, even though they're their own reason why they're not already retired. And I am having such a hard time biting my tongue and not saying something I'm going to regret. So do I say something or do I just continue to keep my mouth shut?
Woo! This is tough.
I feel like there's 2 options. So, like, correct me if I'm wrong. She purchased the farm from her dad or in-laws or whatever. It's yours now.
I mean, yes, but you have to respect the legacy, the people that established the farm, you have to respect where you came from, right? They wouldn't even have what they have if it wasn't for their in-laws establishing the farm in the first place. And it sounds like mom and dad are still then business partners, right? Because they're in the process of retiring them and officially buying them out. Like, I'm guessing the parents probably still own some stuff. Like, they might have purchased the farm, but like, do the parents still own the land or some of the equipment? I'm guessing all of this based on like what I know about our succession plan and how that will go.
I guess I don't know. I need to know more about the situation.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's tough because you have to respect them. And I know you probably want to retire them and offer them a great, retirement life, but you're not there yet. And so it's probably very difficult when dad is just like, well, I'm not milking cows tonight, figure it out. And I think a lot of dairy farm families can relate to this. I know just retiring parents is really hard, and especially when they are ready to go and don't want to help. And it's like they have paid their time, like they deserve that time off. But that makes it really hard for everybody else. Like, you can't just work when you want. There's schedules. We have stuff we need to figure out. Like, it's a bigger pain in the butt when you decide you're just not going to come. And then the rest of the family or employees have to like scramble and cover that job. So I do think my advice would be to maybe sit down with mom and dad and say, look, here's our goal. Like, sit down, decide on a goal together and what needs to be done in the moment to reach that goal. And that's when I think you can kind of talk about, look, you gotta be on the schedule this many days. Like, here's where we need you. And just have a conversation about like, what days off would you like? Or how many days off a month would you like? Where can you help? What don't you want to do anymore? Like, just kind of get back to the basics and figure out that goal together.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tricky. I've heard very similar things like this. It's tricky.
Yeah. Every situation is different too. Like when we bought our section of the farm, like we obviously don't expect Aaron's dad to work or do any of our things, but our situation is different. Like we've gone off in a completely different direction.
Right.
With our own herd. So I guess every situation is different. I would need more information.
Yeah, I'd say sit down and have that conversation with your parents. And if you feel like you can't, because personalities are hard. Like there's a lot of different personalities out there, and it can make it hard to communicate and get your message across. So if you can't do it on your own, bring in a third party. Like we've had that episode with Bridgeforth where they help with communication on the farm and succession planning. There's people like that that are specialized to help you get through these tough conversations.
Yeah. And you definitely need things outlined and planned ahead of time. So Friday night doesn't roll around and he's like, nah, I don't want to do it. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, now what?
Right. Set some boundaries. I'd say have the conversation, because if it's eating you up, it's just not going to be good then for the family dynamic, right? Like if you're going to kind of fester these feelings of what's going on at work, then it's going to lead into personal life and strained family relationships, and you don't want that.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right. I'll switch it up here with a little more comical. What would you do if someone took your favorite farm hat and wore it in front of you?
I feel like Aaron's always stealing my shit and using it, and it pisses me off.
My sister and I talk about this a lot because at the dairy farm, like we have different employees, and if you leave a hat or gloves or a coffee mug out for too long, someone will snatch that shit up. So first of all, the resolution we came to was, and this works because we work with mostly males, pink hats, pink cups, pink stuff, really girly stuff that they're not going to want to steal. But I've had like some of our employees have like snatched up my raincoat before, and I will see them wearing it. And then I'm like, excuse me, sir, that's mine. And I just get it back.
Yeah, it is easier to identify your things if you make it bright pink.
Yeah.
So they still might steal it. Like he stole a pair of my pink gloves. He's stolen a pair of pink boots, even.
He did. Wait, he can fit into your boots?
Yes.
He's so tiny.
We can fit into the same clothes, too, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, there's certain things of Tom's that I can fit too easily into, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Wear pink or wear something that's very feminist.
Yeah, like a feminist phrase on the hat.
I'm trying to think of a good one right now.
Like our friend Lacey Evans has a whole line of hats and t-shirts that say like
I run on spite, cowgirl up, doing hot cowgirl shit.
Yes. Feral bitch. Get those, because then they ain't taking that.
So we have a lot of Hispanics on our farm, and they, I don't think, can always read English. So now I kind of want to get a bunch of Lacey's hats and just leave them around the farm so that one day I can see Marco wearing a cowgirl up or
feral bitch.
A shirt that says, I have big tits and I know things.
I love that for him.
Yes. Listen up, farm girls. It's messy out there, and if you aren't wearing UtterTech, then what are you doing? UtterTech provides quality workwear for everyday use, including waterproof items that can be machine washed and dried. My kids live in their UtterTech gear during mud season. Putting them in waterproof bibs that can be easily hosed off feels like the ultimate farm mom hack. Though the name implies it, dairy producers aren't the only ones using UtterTech gear. Hoof trimmers, veterinarians, AI technicians, everybody finds UtterTech products to be necessary items in their daily apparel. Go get yours today. All right. Do we have another one to play?
Yes.
Hey, Courtney, Annaliese, it's Trevor from Farm Traveler. Just wanted to say, hey, love the podcast. I want to leave like 2 questions. One that's a real question and one that is a question that is kind of real but kind of not. I'll leave with that question. 1, why do bananas ruin banana pudding? Give me pudding, whipped cream, and vanilla wafers, but leave out the bananas. I hate bananas. And then 2, this is more kind of like towards both of you. Like, what drives you as business owners on a day-to-day basis, kind of overall? Tell us a little bit more about kind of what drives you and what motivates you. All right, keep up the good work. Love y'all.
I love when there's a fella listening. Just love it.
Yes, me too. To answer your first question.
Yeah, start with the banana pudding here.
I feel like bananas are like eggs for you. Like, you eat one bite and you're like, good. And then you eat the second bite and you're like, why am I gagging? Why is this disgusting? That's bananas.
For sure. One could also argue that's pudding.
Yeah.
I don't really care for pudding. It's too thick. And I'm like, it won't go down the hatch. Just
can't swallow it.
I can't.
That's what she said.
Mouthful of pudding. Yeah. And then banana anything, I just get that flavor out of here.
Yeah, just don't do it.
The only way banana works is in the Runts candy. Remember Runts?
Mm-hmm.
The bananas are really good, I think, in that. No, you don't even like them?
It's gross.
Oh.
It's not even real banana. It's like fake banana.
Probably why I can tolerate it.
Probably.
Yeah, bananas, get out of here.
Get out of here. Well, what drives you, Missy?
For me, I think what I'm doing, I'm very passionate about. I get excited about it. It's fun to do. And I'm talking farming, dairy farming. Like, I love that I'm doing something that my great-great-grandparents did and that I'm continuing a legacy. I'm living a lifestyle that I think is the best and a lot of people don't get. I think it's really cool that what I do ends up on some other family's dinner table and I'm a part of that. That's all exciting. And then from like a social media standpoint, like I love that I get to continue to spread that farm lifestyle to others and build community and give them a little glimpse of what farming is like. Connect with other farm women, have a laugh, be creative. I don't know. I love that I'm doing so many different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so many ways you can take it. I love agriculture because I love nature. I love that I get to do this every day. And I'm passionate about it, like you said. And from an entrepreneurial side of things, I just love freedom. That really drives me. Just like freedom to be with my family because that's what matters most. And that's the ultimate goal, is to just, the more like financial gain, the more freedom you have, I feel like. So
yeah, I think that freedom aspect of it is huge. Like not having to,
answer to a boss.
Exactly. Not have to answer to someone else. You are your own boss. You get to live this lifestyle. You call the shots. And of course, there's things like the milk price or the beef price that don't really fully allow us to be free in the way we'd like, but it sure as hell beats an office job.
Mm-hmm.
God, I was in meetings for 2 days this past week. I'm just a squirrely son of a bitch. Like, I can't be sitting inside of 4 walls. Like, I got to be able to move. I can't do one thing for too long. And I think, wanting to keep that lifestyle is what drives me. And wanting to provide that lifestyle for my children and future generations. Like, man, I hope my kids want to farm or be involved in agriculture in some way. And I hope that that legacy continues to grow. Like, that's a big reason why I do what I do.
Yes.
And That and, being able to have a quickie in the cornfield, whatever.
Exactly. Or a noonie.
Yeah, well, nooner.
Like, what other job can you do that?
I mean, in other jobs, you can't smack your coworker's ass even, That's pretty
No.
frowned upon.
You can't scream obscenities at your coworkers like I do to cows.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
A lot of times. Yeah. Just imagine having to hold your farts in or having to share a bathroom.
I had to do that for years, Annaliese. My
Ugh.
tummy hurts so bad all the time.
Oh, no.
I couldn't take it anymore.
Just can't imagine.
My poor coworkers in the ER are probably like, why is this bitch leaving every 15 minutes to go out in the hallway?
Well, at least you had the decency to leave. Didn't just crop dust everyone.
Right. Unless you had a dementia patient, you could just fart in there and then no one would know.
Yeah. God damn it, Gladys.
Yes.
All right, I have one more farm girl confession, and it is a doozy. Hang with me here. She writes, I am the youngest of 5. I'm the only one who never left the farm. I got married 12 years ago, and we've been working our butts off our whole marriage. It was a dairy farm that my parents owned and rented, but the economy was crap, so we sold the milking herd. So we took over all the debt, borrowed taxes, feed bills, electrical bills, all of this before we even got the milk check. We paid $20,000 in forage one winter to keep it going, completely draining our savings. So yeah, they took on all the bills, all the taxes, all the repairs. They sold the milking herd at the end of December and kept all the heifers to sell after freshening. My husband got a job in January. He now works 1:30 p.m. to 11 p.m., getting home around midnight. My dad thinks he needs to be out working on the farm by 6 and acts like he's lazy because he sleeps till 7:30. We had come to the verbal agreement that we'd buy the home parcel at fair market value and Dad would throw the equipment in. We paid land taxes in January for all of the properties, but for some reason, my dad was talking to my brother-in-law who has more money, and suddenly my dad thinks we need to pay for each piece of equipment. We currently have adopted 4 children plus 2 others, and moving would be a hassle. We can't afford this. How would you handle the situation? Ooh, sounds like another messy one like the one we discussed before.
I mean, that's farming. It's always messy when you're dealing with all of these family situations and buying the equipment. I mean, money's tight for everyone.
She said it was a verbal agreement. And the sad thing is, you think with family, a verbal agreement is sealed and delivered. It's not the case. It's almost messier with family. And so, let this kind of be a cautionary tale. Get everything in writing. Work with a third party to do this succession planning because it gets messy and then the family is strained and it's just a bummer. So how would you handle this such situation? I feel like step 1 is to call somebody else in, get a third party because it's already kind of a mess and you've already put in so much, right? I don't know. What else would you do?
Yeah, that would be my advice too. Call in the professionals.
Right. Because, it sounds like they obviously want to stay there. They want to keep farming. If you don't, I guess I would sit down and have that conversation with your husband. Is it worth to keep going on this home farm? Or do you want to break away and do your own thing? Is that even a possibility? But if you're planning to stay on this farm site, you got to get some stuff in writing. You got to probably work with somebody else on it.
Yeah. I just feel for people when they have these scenarios because it's every farm family goes through.
I know. I just yesterday asked my Instagram followers, what's the one thing that will kill the dairy industry? And so many people wrote in succession planning gone wrong or family members not letting younger generations step in or family members saying, well, we've always done it this way and not being open to change. It'll kill the industry. Family farms are already dropping like flies. And if you can't even work with your family and figure stuff out, like, it's just, you're not going to win.
The traditional model of, so the parents own the farm, they have 4 kids, and 3 of the kids have never been involved with the farm, and maybe 1 kid has farmed all their life and wants to take on that farm.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end of things, they have to buy out all of their siblings because
and then you can't even afford it.
Everyone always wants to split it equally amongst their kids, and it just doesn't work out a lot of times.
And then you add the taxes onto that. Like, it's just impossible to afford it.
Right? And the operation just isn't sustainable because you sectioned off the farm and you just can't make it then with 1/4 of the farm. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I feel like that model is just not working for a lot of people.
It'll be interesting to me to see what succession planning and family farms look like when you and I are in our 60s. Because I think we as millennials have a totally different mindset and are more welcoming to new generations. And I think, well, we're journaling and we're manifesting and we're feeling our feelings. And we know that we want the farm to survive. So I think we have a different mentality than maybe older generations.
Yeah. Right? I don't know. Let me give you this scenario.
Okay.
So we each have 2 kids. Let's say 1 kid starts farming and they farm all their lives. They want to carry on the legacy. And our other child went to school to become a nurse or a teacher or whatever. They're off doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do then?
I would probably put the child that wants to continue the farm, I would give them the farm. Or like they would be in the succession planning. And then that other child, like I would probably say, like, do you have any interest in coming back to the farm? Maybe not farming, but do you want to do bookkeeping or HR or something else that interests you? Like we want to make room for you as a whole family, which I think is a good question too, because in my family, so my dad took over the farm and my aunt was never offered like a spot to come home. Like she just never even felt like it was an option for her until, I don't know, just a few years ago. And now she sits on the board of directors for my family's farm and I think really enjoys it and appreciates it. But that makes me sad that like she didn't even get that opportunity. So I think it's important to sit all kids down and see who is interested in what. Yeah. And then figure it out together. But I do think it's fair. Like if they're not on the farm,
and they want nothing to do with it,
yeah, then they don't get farm related assets.
Okay, that's my take on it too.
Yeah. Because I think the goal has to be, at least in my perspective, the goal is to keep the farm going. So if I give a chunk of land or equipment to someone in the family that wants nothing to do it, then they're just going to sell it for the money. How does that benefit my end goal of keeping this farm going?
Exactly.
Family drama, man. We're all going through it. I feel like that's what a lot of today's confessions were about, working with family. Like, we should probably get my mom on here again. We did that episode with Bridgeforth, and everybody loved it because everybody has family shenanigans. So maybe we'll take Liz out for drinks and really, really pick her brain about this stuff. So that being said, if you have family drama questions, farm related stuff, send us a message. You can do so via the links in our bio, and then we can do some more of these. I think they're helpful. I hope they are.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I didn't have very good advice today. It's just like, I feel your pain. I don't know what to do either.
We didn't promise we would give good advice or have all the answers. We said we'd talk about it. And we did.
I'm your supportive friend. Annaliese has the good advice. I'm just here to say, I hear you, and that sucks. I'm sorry.
Let me make you a cup of tea.
Yes. Can I make you some lasagna or something?
Cheese will fix it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to what the hell. Courtney, what made you go what the hell this week?
Wow. This one's a real doozy. We could go off on a whole other episode about this, but I hate to be a downer, but have you seen the Epstein files?
I haven't, because I don't, do we just Google Epstein files and they pop up and then you can see them all?
You can go to the DOJ website, but they've taken a lot of the documents down.
Oh.
So documents that I saw there are no longer there, which is
really
sketch. But anyways, my what the hell is these Epstein files are really fucking me up.
Like who's
bad.
Who are we seeing in there?
Everybody, all the billionaires, all the politicians, it's everyone in power.
Gross. Why? Because
our country has been run by billionaire pedophiles protecting themselves. And I'm just not it's just hard.
Yeah.
Everything feels heavy. And I think a lot of people right now just don't know how to carry on day to day with all this heaviness. Like,
how did we even get here? Like, how are there that many crooked people in the world?
Right? And how have they been able to get away with this for decades?
Yeah.
I just can't help but just obsess over it, because it's just I just want justice to be served.
Right. And change to be made.
Yeah. And I just feel helpless over here. What do I do? What are we going to do about this? Just let it happen?
I mean, I think if you feel very passionate about something, you got to speak up. You got to share your story. You got to do something. Again, back to me asking everyone what's going to kill the dairy industry. And I got so many different responses. We as humans and farmers and those in agriculture, we're up against a lot. I mean, no matter how you look at it. And the one thing to make change is by speaking up and sharing your story, whether that is online or in your community or serving on a town board or petitioning something down at the White House. You gotta stand up if you want change. And I think we have the ability to solve all of these problems, but we all have to share a story.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is me officially speaking up. We have to protect the children. There's nothing more important than protecting our children.
Right. I agree.
That's it.
It needs to be a safe world, and it's not.
For that. Yeah. Ugh.
Can I lighten the mood with my what the hell?
Are you going to talk about cheese or something?
I am eventually going to talk about cheese, but first,
yeah.
I want everyone to know that there was an Ohio woman who broke into houses and cleaned them and then left an invoice in her business card in hopes of getting new business.
I heard about this.
I mean, come on, guys. Don't tell me you aren't capable of making change when we got this broad down in Ohio at 60-some years old breaking into houses just to clean them.
How would you react? Would you call the cops? Honestly, I would call her and be like, thank you.
But also, could you have maybe just left a flyer on my door?
That's not as effective.
Apparently not. I do have more questions. I'd love to get her on the podcast as well. What an interview that would be. Tell me your thought process. How did it work out? Are you in jail now? Are the people mad or are they glad? You know?
Yeah.
So that was my what the hell. What's your, what you ought to know?
Oh, this is more of what I personally want to know is I'm wondering if anyone has ever participated in the Farmers Market Promotion Program.
Ooh, I've never heard.
It's a federal grant, and I was looking into it, and there's a lot of steps. And I'm like, well, it might be worth it. So if you've ever participated in this grant, please message me because I want to learn more about it, and then I'll tell you all what I find out next time.
help a sister out.
Mm-hmm.
What I want everyone to know is that you should just ditch your measuring spoons and get a scale. I've been baking with a scale instead, and it's way fewer dishes. Because I just put everything in one bowl and measure it, and I'm like, duh.
Oh,
get a
I
kitchen
never thought
scale.
of that.
Yeah, because a lot of recipes do have 118 grams of flour or this and that, so it's just a breeze. Especially if you're cooking with kids and stuff's flying everywhere and you're like, hold on, not that spoon. Now I'm just 118 grams of sugar. Please put it in.
You're so smart.
I'm really smart. That's why I have a podcast, you guys, so I can tell you all my knowledge. Actually, it's just because I like to hear the sound of my own voice.
Yes.
Full of myself. No, okay, I'm going to save the cheese thing for next week, because next week we are talking about technology, and this is a cheesy thing related to technology, and you're all going to be like, oh, you're going to love it.
It's going to blow my mind. I can't wait.
So, tune in next week, my friends. But until then, I hope we helped you today. And if you've got more problems you think we can solve, bring them to us. We're here for it.
Bring it on.
All right, go have a day. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you had as much fun as we did, would you do us a favor and share this episode with a friend?
Speaking of friends, can we all be friends over on the Instagram? You can find me at @modfarmchick.
And me at Mrs. Green Pastures Cattle.
See you next week, guys.